Stop for a moment. Before you decide anything, watch this. This story didn't start today. Something here doesn't add up. Jungkook's name continues to dominate global conversations, even during periods with limited official promotions. From chart performance and streaming milestones to brand power and digital engagement, industry indicators show that his influence extends far beyond temporary trends. What some once described as hype is increasingly being recognized as sustained global demand. Recent data from multiple platforms reflects consistent interest in Jungkook across regions. His solo releases continue to generate strong streaming numbers months after their initial launch. Search rankings, social media engagement, and digital mentions regularly place him among the most talked-about K-pop artists worldwide. In several markets, his content trends within minutes of any update, whether it is a public appearance, a brand collaboration, or even indirect news related to his activities. This level of attention is not limited to fan communities. Global media outlets, industry analysts, and marketing agencies have begun highlighting Jungkook as one of the most commercially influential figures in the current K-pop landscape. For advertisers and entertainment companies, his name represents measurable visibility and international reach. To understand the scale of this influence, it is important to look at the background. As the youngest member of BTS, Jungkook debuted in 2013 and grew up under constant public attention. Over the years, he developed a reputation as an all-round performer, known for his vocals, dance ability, and stage presence. Within the group, he became widely recognized as a central figure in both performance and global appeal. BTS's expansion into international markets played a major role in building this foundation. However, industry observers note that Jungkook's individual popularity began to stand out even during group promotions. Fan engagement metrics, personal search trends, and viral performance clips frequently placed him at the center of public attention. His solo era marked a turning point. The release of his individual music projects demonstrated that his audience extended beyond group fandom. Songs performed strongly on major global charts, including Spotify and Billboard-related metrics. Several tracks maintained long-term streaming stability, a key indicator of organic listening rather than short-term fan-driven activity. Another important factor is audience diversity. Data from streaming platforms shows that Jungkook's listeners come from a wide range of age groups and geographic regions. This broad demographic reach is considered one of the strongest indicators of mainstream appeal. Beyond music, Jungkook's brand value has also drawn attention. Major luxury and lifestyle companies have selected him as a global ambassador, citing his influence across Asia, North America, Europe, and emerging markets. Campaigns featuring him often generate high online engagement and rapid product visibility. In marketing terms, this level of response translates into significant commercial impact. Industry reports suggest that his partnerships consistently produce measurable results, including increased search traffic, social media mentions, and consumer interest. This reinforces the perception that his popularity functions as a business asset, not just a fan-driven phenomenon. Public reaction has reflected this ongoing influence. Whenever new content related to Jungkook appears, online communities across multiple countries respond quickly. Trending lists on platforms such as X, TikTok, and Instagram frequently feature his name. Even unofficial updates or archived content can resurface and generate renewed attention. Media coverage has followed the same pattern. Entertainment outlets regularly include Jungkook in discussions about global K-pop influence, digital power rankings, and cultural impact. Analysts often describe his presence as high visibility with low promotion, meaning that public interest remains strong even without frequent official releases. At the same time, discussions about popularity inevitably bring debate. K-pop is a highly competitive industry, and rankings vary depending on metrics such as album sales, brand reputation, social media engagement, or touring power. However, across most measurement categories, Jungkook consistently appears within the top tier. Another point frequently mentioned by observers is timing. Despite limited activities during certain periods, public interest has not significantly declined. In fact, some metrics suggest that anticipation for future projects continues to grow. This pattern indicates long-term audience loyalty rather than short-term attention cycles. The broader industry impact is also significant. Jungkook's success as a solo artist contributes to a larger shift within K-pop, where individual branding is becoming as important as group identity. Entertainment companies are increasingly investing in personal brand development, global collaborations, and cross-market positioning. His achievements also reinforce the internationalization of K-pop. Streaming data shows that global listeners now play a central role in determining chart performance and digital success. Jungkook's strong presence in Western markets, combined with sustained popularity in Asia, reflects this evolving audience structure. From a career perspective, the implications are substantial. High global demand increases negotiating power for future music releases, brand partnerships, and international promotions. It also positions him for potential crossover opportunities in mainstream global entertainment markets. Analysts note that maintaining relevance without continuous exposure is one of the strongest indicators of star power. In Jungkook's case, the ability to remain highly visible during quieter periods suggests a stable public image and strong audience retention. Looking ahead, expectations remain high for his future activities. Industry watchers predict that any major comeback or new project will likely generate significant global attention. Pre-release anticipation alone could influence streaming forecasts, media coverage, and market performance. For BTS as a whole, individual success stories like this also strengthen the group's long-term brand value. Each member's global recognition contributes to sustained interest in the group's future activities and potential reunions. Public perception has gradually shifted as well. Early discussions often framed Jungkook's popularity as fan-driven enthusiasm. More recent analysis, however, focuses on measurable indicators such as streaming longevity, demographic reach, and commercial influence. These factors point toward structural popularity rather than temporary hype. In the fast-moving entertainment industry, attention usually fades quickly. Viral moments come and go, and audience focus shifts rapidly. What makes Jungkook's case notable is consistency. Across different platforms, markets, and time periods, his visibility remains unusually stable. At the same time, industry experts caution that popularity rankings are dynamic. Market conditions, new releases, and emerging artists can always change the competitive landscape. However, sustained multi-year performance places Jungkook in a category associated with long-term global artists rather than short-cycle trends. As of now, the available data paints a clear picture. Strong digital performance, high brand value, continuous media coverage, and global audience engagement all point in the same direction. His influence is not limited to a single region, platform, or promotional period. The current situation suggests that Jungkook's popularity has moved beyond the stage of temporary excitement. It reflects an established global presence supported by measurable industry indicators. And that brings the story to where it stands today. What once looked like hype now aligns with long-term data. What once seemed temporary now shows consistency.